Hey everybody, and welcome to a new challenge here at AdSkills. This month I'm particularly excited about, and of course it is our Pro League Dream 100 challenge. It's a common thread for successful agencies, like all the agencies that I interviewed over the course of the last month or so. This was something that was very, we use Dream 100 because that's what Chet Holmes called it. For you, it might be a list of 20, or it might be a list of 30. Could be a list of 100. It's up to you. But it's a list of, rather than us going out and taking whatever business, we do it with a bit more purpose. Because look, right now, I think if there's pain, it's with these things, right? First of all, it's taking the jobs on offer, right? So, and we all do it. Like I said, we all do it. It's okay. Don't feel bad. All right. But now you're in Pro League. We do know that there is a better way to do it, right? So, because the trouble with taking jobs on offer is often you get clients who either A, you're not that interested in them. B, they're hard work. C, well, actually just A and B times 2. Really is more than enough, right? Or they're just plain annoying, frankly, after a while. And you know there'll be clients that you took on initially while you were so that you'd ask yourself, if I was working today, would I still take these clients on? And the answer would be probably no. The second problem and challenge we have when we don't have a focus is we have long ramp up. Every time we take on new clients, we have to learn their new domains, right? We have to learn their industries. Remember, another Pro League mantra is it's our job to know our clients' customers better than they do. Sounds great, Ed. And it's easy if you're working in a particular domain. A common thing, like to mention Eric Southwell, he deals with biotech, right? And he deals with all sorts of biotech companies, household names and names you've never heard of. But his focus is all about biotech. What makes that great is that when he gets a new biotech client, he doesn't have to relearn the domain. He knows what works. He knows how the ad networks treat that domain. He knows all of that. Every time that you take on a new client, when you're just taking on random clients, aka randos, as we say here in Australia, you have to spend all this time learning about the new market. You have to tread very carefully with your ad networks because, hey, do you know how the ad networks treat like this particular network? Maybe there are little traps everywhere where, in terms of compliance, things that you can get away with and things that you can't. You have to learn that through School of Hard Knocks, and it's very scary to learn that on the client's dime, or it should be scary for you to learn it on the client's dime. So by knowing the domain, it makes sense. So that's a big problem. Stuck. When you're taking on all comers, typically you are pitching, right? And you're pitching against others. And so what happens? Lowest common denominator retainers. We're not big fans of that here at Pro League. We want you to be earning retainers that are commensurate with your skill. But the reality is, when we're just taking on anybody, then and particularly if we're in competitive proposals and pitching, that's a real problem. And of course, the worst thing I think is that you get beholden to clients who, shall we say, just not great. All right, let's leave it at that. I think you know what I mean, right? We really don't want you. We want you to be working with clients that you enjoy working with. It's better for everybody. But there's a new way. There's a better way. There's a Pro League way. What if you're able to pick your absolutely ideal clients? And that because you knew their domains, you knew their industries, you have incredibly fast onboarding, which leads to incredibly fast results, which makes you look good. You know, when you're learning a domain and you're trying to dial in a new industry, a new niche, whatever it happens to be, there's that stressful period for you and for your client where you're still not getting the results because you need to dial them in. Whereas if you're eyeballing and picking your clients based on your expertise, based on your domain knowledge, based on your experience, guess what? Fast onboarding, fast results. What about bigger retainers? And here's the thing. You get the big retainers, and this is something that was incredibly common across our highest level pro leaguers, right? Is that they just don't do retainers as a general rule anymore. They want a piece of the action, right? They work with pieces of the action, and they don't want your retainers. They don't want your retainer money because of the value that they bring to the table, literally the leads, they know how to do it. And they will put the money up, right? They will bet that it works. And this is what lower risk profiles means. We say bet, but there's no stress for them doing that and doing that type of equity deal, or indeed running just a 50-50 like a Josh Breitag, where he's paying for the ads. He's paying for his own ad money. And you think, oh my goodness, what a risk. It's not a risk. It's the lowest risk investment that you could possibly do because he knows that market inside out. Or a Jason Stodskill in finance. They know that market so well, it's not a risk, right? They know how to get traffic. They are intimately associated with that. And because of that, they can drive deals. They can take, instead of, hey, don't pay me, just give me a 50-50 JV deal, right? That's where the really, really big bucks come from. Or you look at, where you're getting 10, 20% retained, 20% commissions, 30% commish, because you're taking on the risk, because the client thinks, wow, okay, I don't have to pay you retainer. That's awesome. But it's not actually risky because you understand that niche so much. And of course, with those higher retainers, you deal with less clients if you choose to. So you choose your scaling level. You do it in a way that's comfortable for you. You're very picky about taking on new clients, so you can be very specific about that. And most important, you love what you do, right? You're not being drained in a niche or a market or a place where there's it's just draining you, sucking the enjoyment of being a media buyer. We're big fans of media buying around here around Pro League. Shocking, I know, right? Who would have thought? But it's true. We want you to enjoy. We love what we do. We love the fact that this is a lifestyle business as well. If you choose it to be, you can go hardcore if you want to. But most of the pro media buyers that we have in Pro League mix it up. They have 4-day weeks. They have, they are able to, in the before times, travel. They're able to do things that they want to do because this is a lifestyle business. Set it up right, set up the deals and the structures right and the team right. And, you dial in how big you want to grow and how big you want to scale.